Greetings, everyone. Lost here. It's been a while. No, it hasn't been long enough. Why hasn't it been long enough? Well, quality over quantity. That's one reason. Another is because I like to test people's patience. Part of the reason why I've switched to a more delayed upload schedule is because I like to weed out the flakes. People like those who pretended to be my friends for the better part of almost 3 years, and who turned tail and ran not long after I insinuated that a certain belief system isn't all it's cracked up to be. You know who you are, and you're probably still dropping in on me every now and then. And to those of you who have stuck around since I put out those videos, well, hats off to you. At least you can entertain a different thought, a different line of thinking without losing your shit. You know, it's when the S hits the fan, and it will one day, the people who get offended over such trivial things, or who can't wait long enough for the next upload, who don't have the patience or the fortitude to even entertain a different thought, those are the people who are going to die the quickest. All you have to do when it does kick off is simply wait. Hunker down and wait for about the first 3 months, just watching how people drive. They'll all kill each other within the first few months. And then you won't have to do much of anything to stay alive. But that's neither here nor there at the moment, unfortunately. In the meantime, we have to navigate this increasingly hostile dystopia called the state. Yes, that's right. That's what this video is going to be about. It's the state. It's the next one I promised, and I am, of course, a man of my word. But before I get to what the state is, we're going to rewind a bit. A few videos back, I had my dissertation on war, which appears to be received quite well by the audience and whoever else may have dropped in. And the conclusion of that video was essentially a balanced take. It's not one extreme or the other. It's not completely real or completely fake. It's a mix of both. I think that's quite evident and easy to prove, as I did in that video. However, there are still those out there who believe in the extremes, the polarity, those who believe everything is fake. And today I'm actually going to play devil's advocate for that crowd, at least for a little bit. So let's move forward with the premise that war is 100% fake and that they don't exist, only on TV, just like they think. And you're never going to be involved in one. It's never going to touch you in any way. With that premise in mind, the question becomes, well, then if you're never going to be involved in a war, you're never going to get drafted or anything like that, or have it affect you in any way, then who is the main antagonist? Who is the enemy? Because there certainly is one. Well, that is, of course, the state. The state being a man-made artificial construct, a framework for control and dominance over your daily life, something like an unagreed to contract that you're forced into at birth, along with its set of unofficial and official rules that you have to abide by to navigate the dystopia. That's essentially the state. So what's the point? Why talk about this? Why is the state your enemy? Well, obviously it's because of the assault on your freedoms and the restrictions on you. Lest we forget, just over 5 years ago, large parts of the world were under lockdown, and many people died from taking these pinpricks, we'll call them. And that was just a test run. The next one they do will be backed by some jackboots. Most of the people will bend and take the next round, face down, bent over, whatever visual you want, they'll take it. And then there's the other segment of the people who will not do that, that will not bend over, who will not take it lying down, who don't agree with all the main narratives and all the established religions. What it comes to is this: if you don't own land or have any weapons, you're going to get rolled by the state. If you're ruled by them today, you'll be rolled by them tomorrow. People like the faggots in the lower left-hand corner, they're going to take the jab. They're going to be in a stack and pack hell box. Their life's going to suck. They'll choose the comfort, the convenience. Because it's too uncomfortable to look at the reality towards the right. That side of the picture. Are you ready to die for 2 + 2 = 4? That's the question. And if you can't answer that, then you need to do some digging, and soon. Well, in other news, we're moving into the latter part of the year. Things are changing, as they always are, but for the worse. And my light upload schedule is probably going to remain as such. I don't really see a point in making too many more of these videos. I have a few more planned, but beyond that, I've done this for a while, and I think I've gotten my point across in many different ways. If I do continue the work on this channel, it will probably be in a even more reduced upload schedule, possibly quarterly, heck, maybe even semi-annually. There's just no incentive at this point. The hobby is losing its allure for me, unfortunately. I know that may be upsetting for some of you, but that's just how it is. Who knows? Maybe I'll become a shill and do something else in a completely different capacity. Yeah. Well, some of you already think I am a shill, but that's a topic for another video. Perhaps one of the last ones I'll hit before I check out. You see what's in front of you. Make your choice. Live with it. Do something.